Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a Monday here. Good morning, whatever day it is for you though. Before we start, this is a really vertical picture. So I thought it was a good idea, good chance to kind of talk about kind of deciding how we divide the space. Because compositionally, it's very pencil, old pencil. Compositionally, let's get a piece of paper to draw on that isn't the sketchbook. Compositionally, because we've got a landscape, we've got three options. Number one is to do it very much as it is here, where this bit is very much in the middle, with kind of a sky taking half. And when you kind of look at composition, this is probably the most boring. So you either want this to kind of be, move that off to one side, and then you've got the choice whether you go, yeah. So we'll move this off to one side. Fine. So that's a more interesting way of doing it, because when you look at composition and you look at the rule of thirds is basically that either a third the way up. So your points of focus would be there, or there. On this one, your point of focus is here. On this one, it's on the line, but it's still halfway. With still half the sky. So we know we can either put it here or here. Here will give us lots of beach and a little bit of sky at the top. Or we do it here and we end up with a little bit of beach and a whole lot of blue sky. And it all depends on kind of what you want the focus to be. Are we focusing, on all this sky? But not so much. Well, 70% sky, 30% beach. Or the other option is to go for not that much beach. Yeah, that's it. My thinking is to probably go for the sky, because you've got this big vertical element of the crane, which is building the seawall in this, which is probably the main focus, is this seawall here, and that leaves the seawall on this line. This taking two, this one takes two of those focal points really. And that so that's probably the one we're going to go for. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit before we started, so you can understand why I went for this. I mean, the question is, whether you leave that on or not. I think maybe, yeah. So then you've got this nice strong visual. You then technically have this as trap space, which keeps your eye in this kind of, especially with the clouds, which very much go across, and then you've got the second bunch of clouds there. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Pen. Really prepared this morning. It's just hiding under the iPad. 23. 34. I pressed on a bit hard there. You can't see it. Unless I go that way. This is from a few years ago. I think probably 2016, 2017. Around that sort of time. When they were building the beach still at Russell Point. Oh, between Russell Point and this is the Larcombe. These cranes really were picking up large slabs of concrete as well as boulders. And you could pretty much walk up to the edge of the site, which is these boulders here. You could pretty much walk straight up to there and no one would bat an eyelid. If you went to the other side of there, I mean, you could technically get there. There's these voids, which are still there today. So, they created these kind of big monumental structures to help stop sand drifting down the coast. So, much higher walls because at this point in Fleetwood, the tides get the highest because the kind of on the west coast itself rather than into Morecambe Bay, which most of the energy is dissipated by the time it's travelled across the Morecambe Bay. But at this stage, the energy is still very high. I used to, my office, not my office, I worked in a DT department for a long time, design technology, and we have big windows that overlooked the promenade. These when the tide was high, you used to be able to see the tide coming over the walls. And ironically, that's the one bit of the seawall that hasn't been upgraded. And that is because the school owns the seafront there. So any decision to upgrade the seawall can't merely be made because the school owns the foreshore. You can get up these bits now because they actually put concrete blocks over the top of them, but I took this picture because they didn't want you on the site. We've more or less completely cut off the need for that kind of older style breakwater at the bottom. But these kind of concrete, I mean, not concrete, they're boulders. These boulders are still visible on the flyover that they did for Andor on the show. As they go along, you can see all these. You can see there's a sculpture of what they call Mary Shell. And that's still on there too, on Andor. On the beach scenes. And both the bits they used of Clevis are right next to each other, but they took one with a view out to the sea and the other with kind of the view to the cafe. Technically, this isn't like that. It comes in. We'll do that. Just create some light. Right. So. Like I say, you're gonna get big skies. Blue there for the sea. I've kind of gone back to just using the one pen at the moment rather than the acrylic ones too, because yeah, I'm just not, I don't know, I just want a bit of a change. It helps make the video shorter. What doesn't help make the video shorter is the fact that we just had an explanation of how we've chosen this kind of selection. But the green of the rocks here is due to seaweed, which coats the surface, which actually help protect it from erosion as well. So helpfully. And then it doesn't go all the way inland. So instead of having this as a trap, just the trap space, you've got trap space here as well to kind of, which isn't on the picture. We've taken a slightly imagined view. Ooh. Taking a slightly imagined view of the beach because I don't know why it keeps doing that. One of the tips is, even though we barely touch the red, one of the tips is tips of the brush is leaving kind of these red streaks. Sometimes just capturing the energy of a place, you kind of want to reduce down the amount of tools you're using. I mean, I could go in and have done all this first. And it's missing. It's missing something. Probably some darker. It's missing something in this area too. Probably go a touch darker with those clouds. Yeah. That way, you kind of get that light and dark contrast. You want to help these light a bit stand out if it's darker behind. It just makes them pop. That's what the Dutch masters did. Just, yeah. Dark here. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If it's again, I'd probably try and pay a bit more attention to the sky and not have that. Try and have these light bits a bit light. If you're using watercolour paper, you could take out some of the darkness. You can take out a little bit. Or normal paper, just dabbing it if it's still wet. Yeah. But watercolour paper can just take that bit off and you can go in with water and lift some of it. And perhaps lift these seawalls a bit lighter. But yeah, it's kind of got that. Stormy, windy. Yeah, these need to change colour. Just darken them up. As we're imagining, kind of, as you can see, it gets really dark in between your light spots. I mean, technically there's a barrier, if you can see. Ooh, that's impressive. So, as you can see, oh, I can't look on what the word technically barriers, but they got destroyed by the sea. It's just like a red mark. Do not. What's behind? Anyway, as I said, that's a little kind of. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.